Hello, friends! Are you one of those people who are amazed when seeing a beautiful designer house? And maybe after seeing these beautiful homes, you've been a little depressed at the thought of not being able to afford such a lovely home. If the answer is yes, this video is just for you, since I have a solution right here. More and more people nowadays are looking into building their own houses with a low budget. They are seeking to do this by using recycled materials instead of traditional concrete or wood. In this case, you are helping the environment, and more importantly, it opens the doors to new possibilities and designs in the field of architecture. Alternative housing is a high trend right now. Often, we can see many examples of creative constructions, from tiny houses to creative caravans, as people are looking for economical ways to build their own homes without losing comfort. But what would you think if someone told you that you can build a beautiful house using old shipping containers? You would surely call them crazy, right? Well, this story I present in today's video is about a woman who built a fantastic house using old shipping containers. By the end of this video, you'll see what this woman has achieved with recycled materials and a little imagination. This is the story of Claudie Dubreuil, a 26-year-old Canadian woman who worked in a construction company. Claudie devoted herself to her passion, building her clients the house of their dreams. Their request was pretty much always the same. Her clients wanted a beautiful home, but they had a tight budget. Claudie's work consisted of using her creativity to achieve miracles with little money, using rare materials and her imagination. When Claudie decided to build her own house, she used all the knowledge she had applied during her professional career. In this way, she came up with a system to avoid the same limitations that her clients had and created an incredible house without spending a lot of money. Claudie wanted to build a house designed entirely by her, but she could not find the inspiration to do it due to her budget limitations, which led her to spend a few weeks with difficulties in finding ideas. One day, strolling along the Montreal harbor, she saw the ports filled with rectangular shapes of all colors, and a light bulb went off in her head. There were 20 and 40-foot shipping containers, and this was the crucial element for the design of Claudie's house. These old shipping containers became the new starting point for the project. Claudie quickly recognized what was going to be the central pillar of her project and started construction. The next step Claudie took was to buy 4 used shipping containers. Their condition was awful. They were old and rusty. You would never imagine what the final result was from something so damaged. Typically, a container like that would cost around $8,000 US. But due to the poor condition they were in, she was able to get the containers at an excellent price of about $3,000 each. The 4 containers amounted to a total of $12,000, an incredible price considering that they formed the pillars of this incredible house. Once the structure was laid out, Claudie built a concrete base. On that base, she placed the 4 containers, which she put upside down for greater strength. 2 on the first floor and 2 on the second floor, in a crosswise manner, in a shape similar to the letter T. This resulted in a total surface area of 1,280 square feet. Since she placed the containers upside down, what was originally the floor of the containers became the ceiling. She then poured about 5 inches of concrete to give the floors a radiant look. The containers had significantly deteriorated. That presented a meaningful challenge, since Claudie would have to do complex restoration work on the outside of her new house. That is how Claudie came up with the brilliant idea of covering the exterior walls with pine wood siding. The pine wood gave the house a stunning look and provided excellent isolation from the cold and noise. We must remember that Claudie built this house in Canada, a country with freezing winters, a crucial element to consider when choosing the outer material. The completion of the exterior took a total of 6 weeks of work, but the result is incredible. Looking at the house from the outside, it is almost impossible to guess that it was built with old shipping containers. It looks very luxurious and fully equipped. It even has an outside shower. perfect to use during the hot summers. The window frames and water gutters are made in an elegant black color, which in contrast to the pine wood gives it a very sophisticated look. If you were impressed with the outside of the house, wait until you see the inside. When you enter, you'll notice that Claudie decided to use large windows to let in natural light. The result is speechless. These windows give the space a very open and roomy feeling. You would never think that you were inside a shipping container. She left some of the walls exposed so you could see the material of the containers. It's hard to overlook Claudie's impressive result, using a coat of white paint and the correct location in the room shape. This room has a huge window, and the walls of the container are painted in all white, which gives it a bright and airy look. Claudie intended to leave some interior detail to recall the original idea that gave shape to the project. Therefore, in her office, she left the container walls in their traditional burgundy color, including the imperfections caused by the continuous use of this transport element. That detail gave her office a rustic and industrial style, without losing taste and functionality. Another particular element of this construction is the spiral staircase, highlighted by the brick walls. These stairs lead to the kitchen, bathroom, and other spaces on the upper floor. The kitchen is excellent, once more exposing some parts of the container, painted white, and equipped with the most modern appliances. Moving on to the master bedroom, you'll find a large and very unique combination of bedroom and bathroom. It has a freestanding bath that serves as a central point right in the center of this space. The room has a large window that opens like a garage door and gives access to a terrace, where you will find the outdoor shower mentioned at the beginning. Imagine yourself taking a lovely outdoor shower in the middle of the hot summer heat. Simply refreshing. As you've just seen, living in shipping containers doesn't have to be messy or tedious. In fact, I'm sure you are already thinking about how you would like to build your own house with this material. If so, tell us in the comments what you would start your project from. Although Claudie's house is a unique work worldwide because of its originality, this kind of construction is very fashionable worldwide, and now you know why. Beautiful houses are made from shipping containers, from tiny houses to more elaborate projects like the one Claudie has made her home. Today's story ends here, but the lesson we learned will live on forever. Before going anywhere, make sure to hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon to never miss a great story again. See you in the next video. Bye!